Welcome back to Not Easy Being Geeky, the podcast where me, Rachel, talks about nerdy Um, so continuation of our Mando Recap series. Thank you guys for being here. One, appreciate you. But okay, just to jump into this. I saw a lot of about this episode being a slower episode. The episode was called The Passenger. And to put it in perspective for those of you that, aren't used to like playing D&D or video games or watching anime, you need character development and story building. So what this is essentially called a filler episode, which is not a bad thing. A lot of the times filler episodes have very important details that you may not realize are super important until later on. So thought I'd touch on that for a second. Don't feel like it needs to get shit on because people were saying it was a slower episode, which I completely disagree with. I still think it was pretty action-packed for being a filler episode. If you want to, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but personally, I felt like it was still pretty action-packed. So just thought I'd start there. Opening scene alone, you see the Mando coming in hot on his speeder and with Baby Yoda in his satchel. And you see these bandits hiding in this these rock formations where the Mando can't see them, ready to clothesline him like hardcore. And I'm just like, oof, he's going really fucking fast. It ain't gonna end well. Oh no, it did not. Straight up, like everything you could have imagined, like just flying out. Poor Baby Yoda just getting tossed the fuck out. I was like, oh no, the baby, is he okay? He was okay. But this is just basically a way to like touch back onto like season 1 that they are still very much being followed and pursued. I thought that was a very important thing to note, because it seemed that they were after the child.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there was no signs that it was them, like with like a tracker or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure. I mean, of course, they're being chased.
Yeah, they are still being hunted. So that I felt like that was important to note. But you get to this, it's kind of a comedic relief after, the adrenaline pumping from the bandits, Mando's taking them down, kicking their asses, and then one of the bandits who kind of looked like a masked Jawa. You can't really tell what he is, but that's like just the vibe I was getting off of it because he was very short and had a hood, very, but he holds a knife to the child.
It was the glasses that made him look like.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know. It was the mask. He was wearing like a mask, and he holds a knife to the child and is like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I know that this thing is important to you, but I'm just trying to get my shit. And so Amanda's like, hey, I'll make a deal with you. There's all this shit here. Have at it. Let you take whatever you want if you give me the child. That's what also kind of made me feel like it was the Jawa, because, they're always looking for you know what I mean? So anyway, just the vibe I got. And so he decides he wants the Mando's jetpack. And he's like, all right, cool, dude, take it. And you see this bandit start to walk away, and he gets good ways out, and then the Mando just sets it off, sends him flying because it's all controlled on his wrist.
That's the best part, by the way.
It was hilarious. And then it just cuts it off. Sucker comes crashing down, and it's just like, all right, thanks, I'll have my jetpack back.
It was the cherry topper of that fight.
Yeah, it was really good. Very well done. And
way to kick ass, man.
To kick ass, man. Always. So that scene ends. Unfortunately, now with his speeder, he's set to walking in this fucking desert to his next, you know, um, destination. So then he comes
Tatooine.
yes, he's on Tatooine already,
I'm s
which is why it's a desert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's on Tatooine.
Truth.
He goes to this um cantina, and Pelimoto is playing Sabak, which I thought was also a nice little nod to, you know, old school Star Wars, with this like ant-like creature, and he says he has information on where Din Djarin can find more Mandalorians. And so then him and Pelimoto head back to her place, and she's like, "Hey, so, turns out, yes, he did know someone that had information, but there is a little bit, of a catch." And he's like, "Alright, what the fuck is up, man? Like, just what?" Um, and basically, he has to escort this passenger to the estuary moon of Trosk, um, but the biggest catch is that he cannot travel by hyperdrive, and the reasoning for this is because she's a frog-like creature, and her children, cannot survive in hyperdrive. She has this, like, backpack, this glass container of her eggs that she needs to protect because it's a very endangered species. Um I thought I'd point that out because that is important for later. But, so instantly first of all, I don't know if you noticed this, but they have new music for the child. Um,
Yeah, it sounds like a
it's very, like
nursery rhyme-esque.
oh, no, I wouldn't even say that. It's very, like, curious, like he's searching for
Yes.
things, like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? That's, like, the best way I can put it into it. You know, when a child's being, like, very mischievous kind of a feel,
Like a cat.
okay.
Well, no, 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 like,
Curious
curious.
cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so instantly they start playing this music and I got a vibe and I figured it out right away. It took you a second. And he's eyeballing these eggs. And I was like, "Oh, he about to eat them. He about to eat them eggs." And you're like, "No." And I'm like, "She's a frog. He
I was in
eats
search of,
frogs."
no, I was in search of there being, like maybe there's, like, this mysterious connection to who this or what this child is.
No, I still like I knew instantly like,
Yeah.
yo,
I was going for home runs.
you were going for something, like, really meaningful, and I was like, "Oh, no, no, he want them snacky
Yeah.
snacks.
I was going for
He
canon,
wants that kid's meal.
and he wanted a kid's meal.
He wants the McNuggets."
We all want the McNuggets.
Yes,
Well, I do.
and I was like, "Oh, shit, this is not gonna bode well for the future," 'cause she just said that it's like, these are her last chance, essentially, of, like, saving their bloodline. And so I'm like, "Oh, shit, this is not gonna end well." So he's like, "All right, d it d does she actually have proof?" And she says the frog creature says that, yes, her husband, who she's meeting in Trosk, is, has seen other Mandalorians there. I'm still I still don't believe it. I'm hesitant to believe this. Um, who knows? She might be taking advantage of him 'cause,
She needs a ride. She
yeah,
needs a
she needs a
ride.
ride bad, and Pelimoto, he's like, "I thought you just said you trusted her with your life," and she's like, "Yeah, I just met her, like, 10 minutes before we got here.
I'm a good judge of
I'm a good
character.
judge of character," and that just,
End of conversation.
yeah, that just rubbed me wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
Foreshadowing?
yeah, I just, like, I got a weird feeling about that because I am a good judge of character.
Hmm.
And I was like,
I don't trust her.
I don't know. Something about this just gave me itchy feelings, you know, like tingles on the back of my neck, like kind of not in a good way. Um, so So then, you know, they're in they're heading out and great appearance by Dave Filoni. It happens with some New Republic X-Wing pilots, and they're like, "Hey man, what's up? Why are you out here?
Hey,
What's going on?"
what's up? Sup?
Literally like Night at the Roxbury moment. Sup? Um No, I'm kidding. And they ask him what he's
Sup?
doing. He tells them, like, hey, I'm just kind of making my way through. I don't have a transponder because the ship is pre-Empire. Because they were asking him, like, hey, why can't we, you know,
Yeah,
where is it? And he's like, bruh, it's pre-Empire.
don't need that junk.
Don't have that shit.
Oh, well, you
Um,
do now. Well, how I mean, it's a message going across the universe.
yeah.
I mean,
So
it's gotta get there.
then they're like, hey, well, just to let you know, we have info saying that the ship was involved in a prisoner outbreak, which for those of you that like instantly picked up on that, I'm sure you knew exactly. It's probably my favorite episode of season 1, um, where Bill Burr is in it, and he helps the oh my god, what's it called? Oh my god. That dude escape essentially. But, New Republic comes in, blasts the fuck out of the base, but you still don't know. I already said this like in when I did my season 1 like full on recap essentially, that I know those dudes are coming back. I think they all got away cuz first thing you see is like that dude's running out. Like he knew something was up. I think that the other guy got away. I can't remember his name. I should have looked this up. I'm a bad fan. Bad fan. Um and so I just have a feeling clearly you saw that they all survived too. So I have a funny feeling that closer to the end of the series, we're going to see a lot of our favorite characters come back. Um and so I thought that was cool. So then they give him some shit and they're like, "Hey man, but we really need this cuz we're not going to let you go without this shit." And he's like, bye, deuces. He he storms off and he's like kicking it high gear. Poor frog lady. She's like, fuck. Not used to this kind of driving, obviously. And, they're trying to make a getaway. Well, dope ass X-Wing chase happens and they're in this like frozen tundra area, and then he makes this crazy escape, but he crashes, and it's not a little crash. Like there is some serious damage to the Razor Crest to where he's like, fuck.
Just gonna say during the, whole escape or, running from the
Yeah.
X-Wings and everything, awesome,
Oh, it was a
piloting,
great
dude.
chase. Yeah.
Dude, no. Dude's got skills.
Oh yeah.
Dude's got skills.
Oh
For
yeah.
real. Mando knows what's up.
Chewie agrees.
Yeah, Chewie's like, "Yeah, I know."
My Chewie is our dog, by the way.
Chewie watched it with us last night.
Yes. He likes to chime in every now and again with some snores and grunts.
Chewie agrees with the piloting.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
And so he crashes and it's a bad crash, and he's like, we gotta wait till morning at least because shit ain't gonna be okay. I gotta figure out a way to fix some shit. So we need to find a way to stay warm. So then as he like goes to inspect the ship a little bit, you see the child come out, and I noticed this. I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but you notice he tries to speak now, the child. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he's,
Because
getting a little bit more,
he hasn't spoken at all until now.
yeah, he's like that toddler, that 1 to 2 to
Yeah, baby
3-year-old
talk,
age.
baby
Yeah, yeah.
talk. But we also don't know his language. Because think about it, he's the same species as Yoda, but Yoda may have just learned D&D wording, common. You know what I mean?
Well, true, but at the same time, I mean, the Baby Yoda has been around the Mando who's been speaking common or English the
But
whole
that's what
time.
I'm saying, like, now he's starting to actually speak, which he didn't at all in the first season.
But I'm saying I don't think he's gonna be speaking another
No, 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 no,
language.
no, 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 no. I'm just saying, like, you don't know actually what their native tongue is. So he may be speaking that, not you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's like that he's speaking his native tongue, like trying to like get a point across. Because you know what I mean? Like babies, it's just the same thing as baby talk. Like you don't actually know what they're saying, but they can like talk to like another baby. You ever seen that movie Baby Geniuses? Same shit. Okay, where they all understand each other, Rugrats, all of it. It's all the same shit. But like based off their mannerisms and everything, you can kind of figure it out. And so he's like, hey, dad, this frog bitch done dipped out. And so the Mando uses like his scope and is like tracking her to see where she went. Already I get bad vibes, like instantly, like horror movie vibes. And I'm like, oh shit, what's about to happen? So yeah, Mando's tracking her and he finds her in like this hot spring with her eggs. I'm assuming based off of like what was going on, it's clear that she was trying to keep her babies warm because like right before that she had Jimmy rigged the uh droid that tried to kill the child from that same episode of the prison outbreak. Um and she used its translator to tell the Mando, hey, no, you need to help me get this shit done because this is my last chance. By the way, when they weren't looking, Baby Yoda's just been popping these eggs in its mouth. No fucking problem. He's like sucking these things down. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. He's just wanting a snack. Which she literally goes through this whole spiel and he still is trying to eat them. He's like, I don't give a fuck, lady. You look delicious. And your babies look even more delicious. So she's in this hot spring and the Mando's like, hey, come on, snap. We can't do this. Like, I know we gotta get the babies and everything, but like can't just be chilling out here, man. We gotta get back to the ship. And so as this is happening, as the Mando's like talking to the frog lady, Baby Yoda's like, well, fine, if I can't eat those fucking eggs, like, I'm gonna find me another snack. And okay, so when I see all these little rocks, I know instantly these are not fucking rocks. These have got to be eggs. And you know why? Because Alien taught me that. Freaking Alien taught me that, okay?
That and they're very clearly eggs. I'm just playing with you.
In a frozen tundra, they looked like rocks, okay?
Okay.
And so I'm like, something instantly not cool. Baby Yoda's like, I'm gonna just crack this little egg and eat whatever's inside it. Turns out it's this freaky looking spider thing, and boy, did that piss off every other one of them. Because then you just see this giant fucking swarm of little creepy fucking spider things hatching all over the place. And it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. By the way, I have severe arachnophobia. And it reminded me heavily of like Alien and that scene from Harry Potter in the forest where all the fucking spiders are coming down and Ron is freaking out. I am Ron in this situation. Okay, I was actually screaming on the couch, like, fuck, having like an anxiety attack because this is my biggest fear come to like life. But I did some research because I had no clue what these things were. I'm just like, these are fucking terrifying, like what my nightmares are made of. And so I did some digging because I didn't recognize them. Turns out that these giant spiders, it's a little Easter egg. They're actually from Dagobah, from previous illustrations by Ralph McQuarrie. That was original concept art from the original trilogy. And I thought that was really cool. They just never made it into the movies. There was supposed to be like some crazy scene where like Luke was in the forest or something, and they just never did it. Um, but just some backstory on these things. The spider was like the root of a gnarl tree, and as the tree grew, the spider would like detach itself, um, and then become like spooky little spider tree. And was a predator. And so as it kept getting more nutrient, then it would just continue the cycle. I thought that was cool that they had a little Easter egg like that. Obviously, very terrifying though. Hated that. And so then this Mambo fucking like giant, huge, like like Godzilla-esque spider comes out, and it's the mama, okay? And this crazy chase happens, and Mando's like shooting out all the babies and everything, trying to get back to the ship. And then, oh my god, they're like cornered into the cockpit of the Razor Crest, which, by the way, they cannot fly. So it's not like they can just fly out of there because it's totaled. And so then, he's like, well, crap, we're just kind of chilling here. And as the big mamba is like just trying to break through the glass of the cockpit, you hear blasters out of nowhere, and you're like, oh shit, who the hell is that? And then it's the X-Wing pilots that we saw earlier in the episode coming to save the day. And so Mando starts to walk out and is like, hey, sup, we cool? And basically what they tell him is like, so here's the catch. Basically we're gonna let this slide because you apprehended like 3 high like sketch culprits that were on the wanted register. And you risked your life to protect Lieutenant Davin. So we're gonna let this just little slide, this little moment. And he's like, hey, you mind throwing me a bone here and help me fix this shit so I can, get off this piece of shit, ice-ridden crap? And they're like, how about you fix that freaking, it was kind of funny. How about you fix that shit and we won't, like, that transponder, and we won't vaporize you on the next patrol. And that's kind of where it happens. Din Djarin repairs the Razor Crest as best as he can so they can continue on their journey. And then the final thing you see is them in the cockpit. The frog lady's like holding the crap out of her eggs, like trying to protect them, I guess keep them warm a bit too. And the Mando's like, all right, wake me up if we're getting shot at. And then you see Baby Yoda with the curious music, and then sucking down another one of the eggs.
Right after the
Right
frog
after,
gave her a serious
yeah,
look like, yo, back the fuck up.
Yeah, literally like this whole spiel saying that this is the last of her kind, and he's still like, you know what? I'm a savage and I'm still gonna eat your eggs. And that's where the episode ends. I enjoyed this episode, even though it gave me high level anxiety with these terrifying spiders. But I really enjoyed it. I love filler episodes. That's why I watch so much anime. A lot of old school anime has a lot of filler episodes. And I'm really excited to see the next episodes, kind of see where they pick up on this, because obviously he has to finish this side quest essentially to get her to her husband. But overall, good episode. I understand why people would think it's a slower one because, like I said, it is a filler episode. But they are important to a story. So look forward to seeing the next episode. Leave comments down below if you guys notice any more Easter eggs. I would love to hear that from you guys. See if I missed anything, because I know I probably did. But really excited for next episode. Can't wait to see where they pick up on this, and as always, it's not easy being geeky.